If you're watching this video at this exact moment, it's not a coincidence. There's a very specific reason for this. An invisible current is moving through the universe, gently placing everything exactly where it's meant to be. It has placed you here, right now, not too early, not too late, for a reason that is entirely your own. And perhaps it's opening a door for you, one you've never seen before. Something beautiful is about to happen to you. Not just a financial opportunity, but a shift deep enough to make you reflect on how you treat money, how you value yourself, and how you're truly living your life. This shift doesn't stop at your wallet. It reaches into your beliefs, your relationships, and the way you walk through each day. As if everything until now was just preparation for the moment you finally see what's been waiting for you all along. Before that can happen, you only need one thing: trust. Not blind faith, but a gentle nod from your heart that you're ready to receive. Write this sentence in the comments or whisper it to yourself if you'd prefer. I am ready to receive a financial miracle. I am worthy and grateful. Sometimes, all it takes is one sincere statement to change the entire direction of an energy stream. Today, I'll be sharing about 3 zodiac signs that are entering a very special phase, a cycle opened by the synchronous movement of their ruling planets, those tied to value, belief, and material awakening. And in this June, for them, everything is about to change. This marks the beginning of an entirely new chapter, deeper, clearer, and more aligned with who they truly are inside. If you are one of those 3 signs, you'll feel this even before I say it. But if you're not, don't rush to leave, because this energy that's opening up doesn't belong to any one person. It belongs to those who are listening, those who dare to let go, and those who are ready to receive. Subscribe to the channel if you feel you're on that journey, because here you will always find words that touch the heart. Sentences that don't try to make you believe in anything, but simply help you remember what your soul has known all along. During transitional times like this June, something bigger begins to move. Not with noise, but with subtle shifts in the air, like invisible gears beginning to turn, clicking misplaced fragments of life back into their rightful place. And from there, long-hidden truths begin to surface. At the right time, with the right people. From an astrological perspective, this is one of the most pivotal moments of the year. An ancient gate, long closed for many cycles, is beginning to creak open. Slow-moving planets, carrying lessons of patience, healing, and redefining value, are entering key positions. And when that happens, everything that has been prepared starts to pour in, for those who are ready to receive with an awakened heart. So don't just listen, open yourself, because a very deep part of you is also getting ready to emerge. A part you may have forgotten because you've been too busy surviving, too tired to ask, too quiet to speak. Now, that part is calling you home. You'll start to see the signs, even the subtle ones. Maybe it's a recurring dream, a nameless feeling when you see a number, a sentence, or a familiar situation. You only need a bit of sensitivity to recognize it, a bit of courage to step forward, and a bit of stillness to not miss what was always meant for you. Because real changes never arrive randomly. They come when your heart is ready to cross a bridge. A bridge between the person you once were and the person you are becoming. And right now, you're standing at the edge of that bridge. The universe never forgets what was written for you, and every sign now is pointing to one truth, that this is the time when what has long been held back by fate will begin to return to you. Not late, not lacking, but whole and right on time. Now, I'm going to share with you the 3 zodiac signs chosen to receive this special blessing. But pay close attention. If your sign isn't on the list, that doesn't mean you'll be left behind. This energetic wave is opening for all who know how to listen, feel, and flow with what's on the horizon. The secret isn't which sign you are. It's whether you're willing to open your heart, pay attention, and let life guide you in its most natural rhythm. The first sign to step through this new transformative gateway is Scorpio. Known for emotional depth, the power to regenerate from ruins, and eyes that can pierce through every layer, Scorpio has always carried the instinct to dive deep into the human soul, into unseen mysteries few dare to face. Now, under the strong activation of slow-moving planets in key positions, Scorpio's inner power will awaken in surprising ways that transcend former limits. This will be a time of spiritual awakening, profound healing, and reconnection with the quiet mission Scorpio's soul has always held. As if darkness is no longer something to flee but an ally, and light begins speaking through the oldest fissures. Those born under Scorpio are stepping into a sacred cycle where transformation begins from within. If you are Scorpio, get ready. Your intuition will sharpen, your emotions will become your language of strength, and your courage to cross inner abysses will be your greatest gift. Those around you won't just seek strong guidance or silent protection. They are drawn to you because you transform space simply by your presence. You'll be called to places where pain needs listening, where secrets await decoding, where the invisible needs translating into the visible. This cycle will bring unexpected connections, moments of revelation, and a crystal clear sense that the silent power within you finally has space to bloom, not to conquer anything, but to live with purpose and to love with true depth. This moment isn't about external achievement, but about the resurrection of an ancient force always living in your soul, the ability to cross darkness and return, more aware, more whole, more alive. You will be invaded with the depth you have always carried. It's time to reconnect with yourself, not your old version, but the part you forgot you could be, sensitive, courageous, and loving, with presence. Your intensity is no longer a burden, but a bridge to true marvel, a transformation touching the spirit that cannot be undone. If you feel called to change emotional cycles that repeat too long, internal habits meant just for survival, or sense you're slowly surrendering differently, you're not imagining it. The universe is quietly recalibrating your inside, unmistakably. Pay attention to meetings that leave you feeling vulnerable, to choices that invite surrender, and to soft calls your soul recognizes even if no one else hears them. Use your sensitivity like a beacon, use pain like a seed, and use your inner strength as a safe harbor for yourself and others. This is when you are still yourself, but with more wisdom, more compassion, and more gentleness in how you regenerate, and help others regenerate too. However, alongside the blessings of this new era comes a subtle invitation, the invitation to spiritual surrender. The greatest lesson for Scorpio isn't control, but learning to trust the invisible, to embrace non-controlled surrender, to welcome cycles of silence, loss, pause, as sacred aspects of a profound process. Though you are driven by fierce passion and deep connection, there will come a time you must release what no longer sustains you, to heal without control, to love without restraining. Allow yourself to feel that you don't need to understand everything. Allow the unknown to become sacred. Embrace the beauty found in pain, rebirth woven into loss, and closure as a door opening you've never named. Your soul will be healed by the very healing you offer others, and you will be transformed by accepting that you don't need every answer. This is your moment to bloom as Scorpio, in truth, courage, and compassion no one can imitate. Use your presence to awaken slumbering parts in others. Use your emotional intensity to illuminate unspoken corners, and use your resilient soul to show that every end can be a new beginning. If love, surrender, and fearless faith are inside, step forth. Don't hide your light anymore. Shine, even if slowly, but steadily. With that balance, your journey will be marked by deep reunions, silent healing, and new insight born from your connection with the mysterious. June 2025 will mark a new chapter in your life, a chapter where you, strong in spirit and awakened in soul, will emerge as a messenger of healing, truth, and regeneration, and everyone who enters your orbit will feel it. If you were born under the sign of Pisces, get ready. A new cycle is arriving, a cycle of spiritual expansion, heightened sensitivity, and inner rebirth with depth and purpose. Known for your compassionate soul, your ability to empathize beyond words, and your natural connection to the unseen world, Pisces is now entering a cosmic phase that could completely transform the way you perceive surrender and how you relate to the world around you. Under the powerful influence of Neptune, your ruling planet, forming awakening aspects with the spiritual houses, Pisces individuals will feel a clear calling from the universe, guided by near mystical intuition, boundless love, and a soul that touches the infinite. You are about to experience moments of spiritual revelation, encounters tied to higher purpose, and choices that will require the courage to feel, the wisdom to receive, and the authenticity to be fully present. This new period won't be shallow or short-lived. The energy arriving will touch the deepest waters within you, not to stir them, but to liberate what has long lain dormant. Unspoken dreams, silent pains, and hopes never voiced will now find shape, meaning, and new direction. This is a clear signal from the universe that the energy of the 12th house, the house of the subconscious and spiritual liberation, is being powerfully awakened within you. This is no longer the time to retreat into your inner world or to hide behind a sensitivity that absorbs everything. It's the time to rise, to give form to what you feel, to turn the invisible into action, love into gestures, compassion into strength. To fully move through this cycle, you will need to dive deep into yourself, not to escape but to listen to the gentle truth of your soul, the truth that keeps whispering even when the world is screaming. The universe will invite you to love without losing yourself, to serve without depletion, to dream without losing your way. Yes, Pisces, you are being called to heal not only others, as you've often done unknowingly, but now yourself, through the same gentleness you so freely give. This will be a phase of spiritual awakening, inner reconciliation, and a meeting with a more mature form of sensitivity. The ability to sense what others don't say, to dream what has yet to take shape, to understand the unseen. All will now be acknowledged as sacred gifts, and those gifts will become your guiding light, quiet yet steady. But along with that light will come the challenge of boundaries. This is the time to learn to say no with love, to protect your energy and to release what consumes too much. Not to harden your heart, but to strengthen your soul, to choose wisely where your light should shine without being extinguished. Pay attention to the signs, persistent dreams, coincidences that feel like messages, and encounters that shake your soul awake. Pisces, this is the moment to transform sensitivity into practical wisdom. Let your intuition be your compass, your love the soothing balm, your gentleness the force of renewal. Even without pushing or imposing, you can still heal, still be the path, still be a revelation. Your light is born from sincere surrender, from a heart that feels the whole world, and from a soul that already knows what lies behind the veil. But like all souls destined to evolve, you too will face challenges, the greatest of which will be stepping away from illusions to live with more presence and clarity. You will need to find the balance between serving others and preserving yourself, between dreaming and taking action, between feeling and truly understanding. This cycle will teach you that loving others is only real when you also know how to love yourself. Caring for the world begins with caring for your own heart. In June 2025, a new gateway will open for Pisces. This will mark the beginning of a chapter rich in spiritual depth, more awakened connections, and a calling to live love with freedom and truth. This isn't just a time to dream, it's the moment to manifest what your heart has always known is possible. Every act of sincere surrender will be answered by the universe, with direction, healing, and blessings born from silence, but made eternal. This is your moment, Pisces. Embrace this new phase with an awakened soul, a gentle heart, and steady feet, even if you're still walking on water. Let faith be your anchor, compassion your path, and sensitivity your strength. The universe is inviting you to become more than just a safe space, but a bridge between the visible and invisible worlds, between the human and the divine, between the love you feel and the love you turn into action. Aquarius, if you were born under this sign, get ready. A new cycle is beginning. One of inner rebirth, conscious release, and awakening to your collective mission. Known for visionary intelligence, a restless nature, and a longing to transform the world through unconventional ideas, Aquarius is now entering a cosmic phase that may profoundly shift how you connect to your life's purpose and what it truly means to live as your authentic, free, and honest self. Aquarians, always ahead of their time, constantly seeking new horizons and questioning outdated structures, are about to enter a moment of deep reconnection with their soul, with that quiet thrum in the chest that holds the power to transform everything outward. Uranus, your ruling planet, is making powerful movements through houses related to ideals, direction, and personal responsibility, urging you to step out of the safe zone of observation and into the center of creation. Now is the time for the revolution to move from the outer world to the inner. To understand that the true revolution begins in stillness, in alignment with your deepest values, in the courage to live your truth, even when no one understands you. This cycle won't be just about big ideas, it's about embodying those ideas with integrity and full presence. The energy coming your way will activate not only your mind, but your heart. This is no longer the time to hide in thought or maintain emotional distance. The call now is personal, to live fully for what you believe in, to unite intellect and emotion, vision and presence. It's time to release the fear of being entangled and allow yourself to fully live the human part of you. Transform rebellion into wisdom, criticism into constructive action, and your longing for freedom into service for the greater good. The universe will invite you to use your uniqueness as a tool for collective healing, your intelligence as a bridge to empathy, and your independence as a path to authentic connection. This will be a cycle of growth, not in structure but in consciousness, a moment to realize the future begins right now within you. A call to let go of the need to control every thought and to open your heart to the mystery of life, to live through connection, through feeling, and through presence. The new lies not only in what you think, but in how you feel, touch, choose, and transform everything. You will need to accept this. Aquarius's power doesn't lie in being misunderstood, but in becoming a bridge between worlds. You don't always have to be distant to be true to yourself. From now on, your light will no longer be measured by how eccentric you are, but by the depth of what you share. This is no longer a time to merely observe, it's a time to engage with your heart. Pay attention to the signs, situations that ask you to truly listen, encounters that reveal a new way to love, and projects born of collective spirit, not isolation. Aquarius, this is the time to release the intellectual loneliness and embrace the power of real bonds. Use your genius to build bridges, your creativity to heal invisible wounds, and your courage to go where no one has dared. But this time, with kindred souls by your side. And yes, there will be challenges, the greatest of which will be shedding the armor of indifference and allowing yourself to feel deeply. You may realize that there is beauty in not knowing all the answers. There is power in allowing yourself to be touched, and there is growth in becoming vulnerable. This is the time to understand. It's not intellect that heals, but conscious love, wise gentleness, and a spirit open to the unpredictable. This is your time to bloom, Aquarius. Embrace this new cycle with a free mind, an open heart, and a soul awakened to truth. Let your light not retreat from the world, but inspire true human and possible change. June 2025 will mark the gateway into a new chapter, not one that asks you to be unique, but to be whole. Trust your difference, celebrate your boldness, and write a new chapter of your life with humanity, dedication, and vision. This is the time to live the future you once dreamed of, from the inside out. The universe is calling you to become a lighthouse, not a tower. And it is through connection with others that your soul will find the freedom it has always been seeking. The universe is in motion, and you, dear Aquarius, have been called to move with it. This journey is not a solitary one, and it's not confined to words or symbols. It lives in every breath, every choice, every moment you dare to live in alignment with your true self. Let's decode the signs together, break the old structures, and awaken a new world, a world that begins within you. Subscribe and walk with us on this path of awareness, healing, and freedom. We're not just sharing knowledge, we're offering energy currents that can reach the places in you that need it most. Every new cycle comes with a door, and only those listening from within can clearly see the handle. Don't hesitate. Subscribe now and stay updated on all the new things, those that just might change your destiny. Because a door only opens when you dare to walk toward it. And who knows, maybe that small decision today is the turning point you've been waiting for. The universe is always right on time. The question is, are you ready?